You are watching Breaking Box Office on MMT. The BBO is underway, and are you surprised? Of course you're not. Barbie won its fourth straight weekend. The film continues to just slay. There is no stopping this doll. Look at the numbers stateside. Let's start with that. Down just 36% in its fourth weekend. We're now looking at $526 million domestic. This is now going to be Warner Brothers' biggest film stateside ever. What film will it take out likely Tuesday? Did you say The Dark Knight? You got it right. Give yourself a gold star. And let's continue because this news gets better and better for Warner Brothers. Look here, $1.18 billion worldwide now as its 25th all-time. Have a look at the top all-time grossing films worldwide. Let's make it large, and you can see we go down to number 25. Right now it's Minions. That's at 1.15. I just told you Barbie's at 1.18. Call it 1.2, so that'll put it in 25th spot. It'll take out Iron Man 3 next, Fate and the Furious, Incredibles 2, Beauty and the Beast, on and on. It's going to keep going up. Where does this film stop? Where is the final number for Barbie? Come into the comments. Let me know. If I don't get to them during the stream, I will later tonight on the MMT Extended Edition, the Sunday Night Spectacular. Let's continue along with Oppenheimer because it was another very good weekend for that film as you're looking at $649 million worldwide for this Christopher Nolan's fifth highest grossing film of all time, ahead of Dunkirk. Big time ahead of Dunkirk now, almost $100 million ahead. The next film that it is going to take out, it's going to take some time though. Look here at Interstellar. Interstellar's at $773 million. I think that Oppenheimer gets there because right now, if you look at the trajectory of Oppenheimer, it is ahead of virtually all of these films, including Interstellar. Almost every one of his films he's ahead at this point on the sales cycle. This is 1 month in. It's up on every single Nolan film. That's how strong this has been. The other thing that's important to note about Oppenheimer is all of that IMAX cash. Now at $134 million worldwide in solely IMAX money. As you know, they extended the run in a number of IMAX theaters around the globe because the film continues to do well. And the other thing that is benefiting both Barbie and Oppenheimer is that we have a bunch of films that are coming into the marketplace and straight up bombing. There's no competition. And the one that bombed this weekend is The Last Voyage of Demeter. $6.5 million. We knew it was going to do terrible. But this is even under conservative 8-9 million estimations. So this was a disaster for Universal. This is the pure August dump. As you probably saw by now, the reaction video out there on MMT I put out back on Thursday night. This is not a good film and not a surprise that Universal said, just get it out of here. Let's move on. Gran Turismo had previews this weekend stateside. It opened up overseas. France, number 1, UK, number 2, 10.7 million overseas. Here's the strategy for Sony on this film. They want to show it like they did this weekend here in the States. They want people to see it and then come out and rave about it like me. A couple of Gran Turismo streams for you to check out here on MMT. It is the biggest surprise of the year, and kudos to Sony for sliding this back, getting more space from Barbie, from Oppenheimer. Let them die down another few weeks, and then you can turn it up. This is a film that we built on word of mouth. TMNT held well this weekend. It's now at 73 million stateside. It saved about less than 50%, like 40%-ish the drop. Let me pull up the top 5. We'll go over the top 10 here momentarily on the box office, and then I'll tell you, exactly where we are. Some of the films that you may not have heard me talk about yet today, we'll get to. It was down 44%. Now it's 73 million. Meg 2 was down 58%. No surprise, bad film. So we knew that would drop right off into the trench. $54 million for that, but it's doing very well overseas. That's, again, a franchise that was built on the overseas number, like another Warner Brothers movie you may remember. Right? You remember Warner Brothers is good about knowing the films that score well overseas, Pacific Rim, the film I'm talking about, and it does well there. We get a sequel. Same thing with Meg 2. Demeter bombed. Haunted Mansion is a huge bomb for Disney, guys. This is a $150 million film that's at $76 million worldwide. So it's half of its budget. As you know, a film needs to make at least 2x budget. I would say 2.5, but let's start with 2. We'll be conservative. That's $300 million. It's at 76. Haunted Mansion, whoever greenlit it, should be out the door at Disney. No chance that you make that film at that budget. And what you're seeing in these numbers, exactly what I would have told them before they made the film. Don't bother. It's going to bomb. Now, the good news for Disney, Elemental, $443 million worldwide. So at first we thought this was going to be a big loser, and it turns out that it has slowly crept up during the summer. It benefited immeasurably from the fact that there were no big family films in competition other than Ruby Gillman, better film, by the way. I've said that how many times? Ruby Gillman, better film. But yet, as we know, Elemental has so much more cash. I mean, Ruby Gillman was a bomb. Such a sad sight for somebody who really wants to get out there and tell you the films to see and the ones to avoid. Elemental, so flat. What a boring film. All right, let's look here at the top 10. Let's do it. Barbie. 526 domestic. It's number 1 again with 33.7. Oppenheimer, 2, 18.8. TMNT is third at 15.8. And then Meg, 12.7. Demeter, 5.6. Haunted Mansion, 5.6. Make that 6.5. And then Haunted Mansion, 5.6. Talk to me. Another $5 million. This is A24's horror film. And this is going to end up making A24 a lot of cash. It's a $4.5 million budget. A24 went into a bidding war with Universal for this thing. They got it. They've already greenlit a sequel. Why? Because it's doing very well. And that is why you get sequels when a film outperforms the way that Talk to Me is right now and continues to do well as the end of summer arrives here. Let's continue the last few. Sound of Freedom at 172.8. MI7, only 159 million domestic worldwide. It's over 500, but it's still way under what anyone expected from that film. I mean, a lot of us, including me, thought it would get to $1 billion. Not even close. I mean, this isn't even going to be a contest. It's not going to happen, and that spells trouble for part 2. As you guys know, this is Dead Reckoning Part 1. Dead Reckoning Part 2 is upcoming, and as such, it faces an uphill battle with the numbers that we're talking about here with this. All right, guys, I'm going to see if there's any good comments here. Otherwise, I'm going to roll out. I do have a super chat. Let's do it. Beantown Brandon. I think this is Top Gun Maverick. Incredible run 1 year later. Barbie is, I don't know if it's going to get to it. Remember, Maverick is over 700 million. What is it, 720, somewhere in that neighborhood. So right now, we're still 150 million-ish away. Barbie is a phenomenon. Obviously, with the numbers we're talking about, almost 1.2 billion make that worldwide. This is a whole nother animal. But Maverick had that repeat business, which Barbie does have. But the one thing that Maverick had over Barbie has the younger viewers. Maverick had the older viewers. Older viewers are not running out to see Barbie the way they did Maverick. So that's kind of the trade-off, right? The younger versus the older. Barbie's going to still go because these movies are so bad right now. It's mid-August. We just had Demeter bomb. Next weekend, Strays will not be a big film. And then Gran Turismo. Hopefully, you guys see the film, get out there, spread the word, and this film's very good. This is the biggest surprise of the year. I look forward to talking to it over the next few weeks as we get ready for that to hit Y. But again, previews this weekend. You can probably check it out today at your local AMC, Regal, Cinemark, wherever you go to the movies. All right, tonight we are back for MMT, the Sunday Night Spectacular. Big show, lots of topics, your involvement, more comments, all of that tonight. That is at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, live from the City of Angels. For now, I'll see you tonight back here. MMT is